Hello.
Hello, welcome to the poetry reading with Fertile Brains. We have been early 2 minutes earlier than scheduled live. I've been talking. Namaste, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. As usual, this is a last episode of May month, May mental health special. As we are talking that how important it is to have a healthy brain and healthy mind, you know, along with the physical body. The health is always a wealth. So it's always necessary to keep ourselves at a good physical health and also has mental health. So it's a constant exercise, and we've been deliberating on how to tackle, how to deal with the mental, plethora of mental issues that one goes through. But some individual they may not comprehend the what they are been into. Physical issues they appear and they could be checked with a doctor. They appear, but then unlike physical, mental issues cannot be visually it would be appeared. So it is up to the peers or the family members or the friends to take to identify and understand. There are several ways of dealing with mental ways. Something like book reading, going out for a walk, watching TV or movies, writing poetry, reading poetry. Many other ways like watching birds flying, nature, being in nature, many other things. Uh, in this mundane, materialistic world, there are many of the things that bothers ones, and nobody is immune of this mental issue. So it varies from individual to individual, and the gravity also depends on the individual, this upon the situation that once we have different types of mental disability, mental issues. So we would not be touching upon those things, but we would be touching upon how one would be dealing, how would one help other to recover or give a shoulder to lie their heads on, and to give a pat on the shoulders, and during the time of crisis. Like last week we had several poets talking and shared with their personal experience. Maybe may not be personal experience, but then the observation and all. Like Meena ma'am said, she has how does she with her routine, how she manages to deal with the things of how she controls the depression or stress or whatever it is. So, and Gopal sir also has said how they once soldier in during the time of war, and there is something like P- post PSTD and post traumatic stress disorder, something like that. How one, after performing, I mean, like without, uh, it's a very troublesome thing uh, to want to recover the phase of their life. So, anyways, those are the things which is a broad spectrum of the things that happen, and when it comes to mental health. So it is our endeavor to, to address the issue. May not be, like clinical wise or medical, this thing wise, but at least, just have a talk like these things, and have through medium of poetry. How so? So, without wasting much of your time, yes, this is once again welcome to the poetry reading with Fertile Brains, May month health special final episode. And you got 2 minutes of poetry recitation, or 3 minutes. You could the maximum period minutes are 3 minutes, so you could go forth, and that is it. That's up to you. And I mean, it is not restricted to mental health solely, but yes, you're free to recite any poem of yours. But mostly it would be better if you could go, if you say something on in the context. So, anyways, that is the introduction. Sorry for that. Please welcome our first guest, Richard Spisak. He's a wonderful human being, and for that, he's a beautiful soul. Welcome.
Thank you so much, my friend, and I'm so pleased to be back again with all of you wonderful people. My little gift today on mental health, to me, I protect my mental health by studying philosophy and comparative religion. So I bring you this little thought. It's called the wise philosophies. And by that, I mean in the old sense that a philosophy is the people who think seriously about life. So the wise philosophy, by which I mean you good people. So seasoning our good friend philosophy to taste, like a good pasta, often leaves a spicy aftertaste. As any Taoist could tell you, sir or ma'am, overthinking becomes tangled, mangled, even more than a wee tiny tad obscure. Wasting time with overthinking leads your mind toward erratic blinking. Counterproductive and even pessimistic leads many a philosopher to overdrinking. The quiet mind needs no crutch. The wise philosophy can only blush, like Lao Tzu resting beneath Buddha's tree. He's sitting quiet, his placid mind untrammeled, even scented cedar panel, the skein unraveled, like a kitten playing softly in a yarn basket does he. The quiet mind, upon reflection, is free to follow a fresh direction. Only when our minds are quiet will we pass passion's next riot. Silent without, the inner mantra quiets and soothes. regardless of the God's name used. Thank you, my friends.
Silence is the best mantra to keep oneself calm and to get rid of overthinking and getting negotiating with those things that we encounter. Very well, sir. And yes, overthinking leads to over troubling yourself, and that leads to nothing. So, and over drinking. So sometimes we indulge in this kind of what do you call thing. Kind of bad things, and we just beyond, we cannot say bad, but yes, beyond out our control, something this goes out of, so it is not permissible. But that's very thought-provoking. That's Richard Spisak. Please give a round of applause. Gopal Purdhani sir is now next. He's a veteran army man. He has gone the last couple 3 weeks he shared his wonderful views on army men and soldiers, how they deal with the trauma after the war. So Gopal Purdhani sir, over to you. Sir, unmute your mic, sir. Unmute. Unmute your mic, sir.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Sorry for the delay. And what I was saying was the topic which has been selected by you is the most appropriate, and this is the topic which is need of the day. And for that, we had been hearing from our elders and from our friends that they have been always telling us, don't take tension, be very cool. And the woman who is cool, doesn't take tension, he remains healthy mentally as well as bodily. So this is a beautiful topic and a very useful topic for the day. First of all, sir, I would request you to allow me. I will recite some रुबाई, और हिंदी में बोलता हूँ कि मैं कुछ रुबाइयाँ अर्ज करना चाहता हूँ। वो सबसे पहले जो रुबाई है वो इसी बारे में है कि आपको टेंशन कैसे दूर करनी है। अगर टेंशन है भी कैसे दूर करनी है, उसका एक छोटा सा नुस्खा एक 4 लाइन में इस कते में है कि रिश्तों में प्यार की मिठास बना के रखना। कैसे रहती है कि आप भी ठंडे रहोगे, आपके दोस्त भी ठंडे रहोगे, आपके सुनने वाले भी ठंडे रहो, कि रिश्तों में प्यार की मिठास बना के रखना, अपनों को हमेशा खास बना के रखना, अपनों को हमेशा खास बना के रखना, परिवार, संसार और प्यार। परिवार, संसार और प्यार है जिंदगी। जिंदगी क्या है? ये तीनों का कॉम्बिनेशन जिंदगी है। परिवार, संसार और प्यार है जिंदगी। इसमें भरोसा बना कर जिंदगी में अगर आपने अपने ऊपर, अपने दोस्तों के ऊपर, जाने वालों के ऊपर, अपने काम करने वालों पर भरोसा है, तो फिर नो टेंशन, देन यू आर, फिर कोई टेंशन नहीं। उसके बाद भी मैं चंद रुपया ही पेश करना चाहूंगा, और उस बारे में पेश करना चाहूंगा क्योंकि मैंने आज तक का निचोड़ बनाने की कोशिश करी है। मैंने कहा है कि मेरे हिस्से की जमीन का आसमान मेरा है। जितनी मेरी जमीन है उसका आसमान मैंने, जितना मर्जी मैं मंजिल बनाता हूँ, चांद तक जाऊँ, आसमान तक जाऊँ, मेरे हिस्से की जमीन का आसमान मेरा है, ये देश मेरा है, ये जहान मेरा है। कभी रही ना होगी किसी, कहीं रही होगी किसी दुश्मन की जमीन, जहां मैं शहीद हुआ है वो शमशान मेरा है। तो कोई कभी चेंज नहीं कर सकता, कोई कभी नहीं, कोई भी नहीं चेंज कर सकता। जहां मैं शहीद हुआ वो शमशान मेरा। तो ये चीजें हैं जिससे कि सोच के इंसान का मेंटल टेंशन बिल्कुल जरूर दूर हो जाता है। उसके अलावा मैं फिर अर्ज कर रहा हूँ कि बड़ी दूर से आया हूँ 80 साल से भी दूर, माइलेज में नहीं गिर रहा, अपनी उम्र में, अपने दिनों में, अपने पलों में गिन रहा हूँ कि बड़ी दूर से आया हूँ, 80 साल से भी दूर एक संदेश लाया हूँ, इस पर अमल है जरूर, मुझे भी करना है, आपको भी करना है। इंसान हो, इंसानियत की हिफाजत किया करो और कभी ना किसी की बात पर करना करो, कभी ना किसी बात पर करना। एक छोटी सी रुपई और है सन्ना जी, कि विज्ञान को निर्माताओं से मेरी गुजारिश है, जो लोग बनाते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी ऊपर चली गई, उनमें से एक मैं गुजारिश कर रहा हूँ, अर्ज कर रहा हूँ, एप्लीकेशन दे रहा हूँ, इंसानियत को आपने से निकली है सिफारिश कि मत बनाओ कुदरत को बर्बादी का सामान, मत बनाओ कुदरत की बर्बादी का सामान, आपका सब तो इसकी हिफाजत करना है, हम सबका सब तो इसकी हिफाजत करना है। विज्ञान को निर्माताओं की मेरी ये गुजारिश है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, सबका धन्यवाद।
So enlightened peace with a beautiful message, and at least always, like you said, family is very much important, and have the family are the members are the one who could understand, and they are the one who are the prominent, the like pillars of the foundation, I would say. Thank you, sir, as always. Thanks
Thank
for coming and thank you for sharing your wisdom.
you.
Please welcome Rani. Before that, please give a round of applause to Lieutenant Gopal Purdhani.
Thank
Yes, Rani, go ahead.
I kind of dug this up. It's about a week ago. It kind of is about mental health. It's about battling your own demons, I guess. It's called Ode to the Serpent Lord. In my darkest night, I can feel my demons stirring. They are always there in my dreams and waking thoughts. They do deceive. Inside the light is chaos for the fools to contain. Let its force to take control as I lay down my soul, begging for the torment to begin. Oh, poor soul, who is under their spell, nothing left to give but a tortured mind, for this is my living hell. It's all coming down. The serpent is real, and its bite is deadly. No prayers can save me from the serpent Lord. Close my eyes as I taste the darkness that engulfs me like a cloak. In the distance, my demons spoke. Unholy is their words they unleash, the blackness to be savored. As I stare in my twilight world, many painted faces I see. They swallow me up and spit out my divine heart. So blind I was I could not decipher what was hidden in between. Take me to the fire and feed me to the flames. In the moment, I am but a lost lamb made to worship the moonlight. Black is the night. All my creatures are stirring. In evolving shapes, they take form. In their succulent devotion, they devour me whole. The serpent Lord has come to keep eyes red with burning fire. He speaks his sermons. With forked tongue, his words are cheap, yet they are so real. Thank you.
The inner demons. It requires a read, second reading. Beautiful, Ronnie. Always had, like deep thoughts you put across. That was Ronnie.
I try to make you think. Yeah, I try to make you think.
Take care of yourself, Ronnie. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, that was Ronnie. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Franchesa. Franchesa, please unmute your mic.
Hi.
Hi. unmute your mic, Franchesa.
I thought I had. It just went back on. Yeah, mental health is a very tender subject in my life. I have been a behavioral teacher in my past for kids from kindergarten or even preschool all the way to high school. And every day was a new day, especially when mental health is at play. We have a lot of different therapies that are offered now throughout, here in the US on mental health. There are several people that can train people to help because there's a shortage of people who actually can handle some of the mental things that go on in the world. And it's very hard for all of us to think about, hey, we're having a bad day. Does that bad day turn into a bad thought that's going to end our lives? Or does it help us to understand how to handle other people in our life, to care about them, to let them know that we're here for them, to talk? And even if they feel like it's the last person that will hear them, we've got to be that person. We've got to keep our doors, our ears, our eyes open. Even when we're busy, we can't always ignore the cry for the person who wants us, who needs us to be there. So I just encourage everyone, if you haven't, to read up on some ways appropriately to address when you have that issue. Come with a friend, a family member, a child that you don't maybe even know how to handle the situation. Being practiced to be able to handle the situation is so much better than not knowing and being unprepared. A lot of times when people are having problems, they will turn it back at you and be angry. And you've got to realize that they're mirroring how they are not feeling well. And you've got to take in to respect that they are also a part of your love, your care, your commitment. Sometimes it takes time to commit to helping someone, and you might not have that time, and you have to say, okay, it's time for a professional help, and you can talk to me, but I need you to do some more professional help, because there are more professionals that have the keys to help your mind, to help ease your pain. And sometimes temporarily you have to stop. Just slow down your mind, grab that energy, let somebody hug you if you are able to be touched. Sometimes people don't want touch, sometimes they do, but be prepared for all of it. And that's what I have to say. Just be prepared for others so that we can keep each other alive around this world, because there's going to be more things. I guarantee the news and things like that tell you such bad things. I can't even watch. I mean, I just can't watch the news. I have to rely on my friends to tell me like what's going on if it's really important, because filtering out a lot of the negativity helps your mental status. So that's all I can say about that. And just going back to the simple life. And thank you so much for having this, because our writing as well, the writing that we do with you and the poems and the things that we can share with each other, I think that helps our mental health a great deal, to have a community. I'm Franchesa Kirkpatrick. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. If you ever need to talk, please, 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 just text or email or whatever. And yeah, I care. I really do care. So thank you.
Thank you. There's a very, very valid point that you put out, Franchesa. Yes, counselors and mental health trainers, slowing down ourselves, not, thoughts run wildly. I mean, we should have to have a control, and the best way is to, slow down. Slow down. That is very important. It is something very, I mean, like very crucial nowadays. It's becoming the mental health thing and how we deal with. Like you said there are things that we could just try to, and maybe this means the counselors, health specialists, and they may professionals. They could be reached, and you know somehow we could get relieved of the whatever is happening within our mind. So thank you, Franchesa, and thank you for your support, and thanks for joining this in a special edition of May month mental health special. That was Franchesa. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. And please welcome Ray Whitaker.
You always surprise me when you call my name. The piece I have for us today is a metaphor for life, a metaphor for handling challenges. And it's fresh. It's called The Wolves Moving. The Wolves Moving. Running, one behind the other. All the colors of them, gray, silver almost, gray, black, brown, black, even white. If they were coming for him, he should have been afraid. Even so, fear or not, the silent pack made for the man through the immense oak trees, these of a virgin forest, untouched. Pack leader, a magnificent specimen of his kind, white on gray, silver-shouldered, 200 pounds of canine, leading towards an encounter with a human in the woods, standing tall next to an oak in full leaf, one that two humans wouldn't be able to get their arms around. In a forest of similar mature trees, silent, standing as if watching, bearing witness in speaking only when the winds blew. To the gathering on the ground, wolves circled up. Some standing, some seating, all looking intently as if waiting for the conversation to begin between the pack leader who spoke his name as a wolf, low as a pedal tone, with inquiry to this human in their woods. Having been summoned by the Oaks to investigate a trespass into their untouched woods, these of a solitude where spirits only knew. The wolf spoke, "Why are you here, human? Are you meant to disturb these woods, these of this sacred place, unfettered, apart from townships and villages of your breed?" The man looked, beyond curiosity, engaged with this wolf of intelligence and strength, both audacious in the encounter, neither giving ground to the other. The man answered, "Having arrived in this place, dreaming as wondering about solitude and leaving a time of no creativity and little love for my time, my tribe. Having landed here from flying above through the clouds, landing as you see me now. You could be our next meal," said Wolf. "Yet it would be a waste to eat such a good guest of spirit." The rest of the pack did look hungry at the man, even as he stood unflinchingly in front, fit and more than just strong, heavily muscled, standing before them, tree at his back, wearing only a belted blue loincloth and barefoot, with an axe hanging down, untethered. "If you seek to eat me, killing as you may could, know that this is not easy these days for that intent." His hand on his belted stout battle axe, "I know not what I seek, and yet here I am with you. Perhaps we all together are moving into the questions that we all have as a constant," said the man. All the pack nodded with sideways looks at each other. Just then, the white wolf stepped forward, joining Wolf to speak to him. I am Rua, saying, we hunt the same thing as you, human. The pack revered this white one. Rua ran with the spirit of the pack. Can you run with us? Keep up as we cover the ground of this world, up yonder craggy hills and down to swim the blue lakes below the white waterfall. The man ran with them together in search of the evermore, moving together into the foggy mists of time, seeking the answers of what was there. Thank you.
Great imagery that went into your poems are in a conversational form, but brilliant. So
Thank you very
beautiful.
much.
So beautiful. Please
Thank you
give a
very
round of applause, my dear friends. That
It's
was
always
a
a
really,
it's always a delight to be here. Thank you very much, Prasanna.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Please welcome Dr. Ganga Lakshmi Patnaik.
A pleasant evening to you all, dear poets. These days we are observing many persons suffering from mental health. Taking care of your mental health is an act of self-help. Fall in love with taking care of yourself so that you can improve your mental health. For this, let us share silence. Silence is a powerful tool that often goes unnoticed in our hectic world. Embracing silence and dedicating 1 hour can be transformative, affecting not only our mental, emotional well-being, but also our physical health. In this context, I would like to present a poem about silence for mental health awareness. The title of the poem is Silence Improves Mental Health. Silence improves mental health. The poem runs like this. It is true, I am in love with silence most of my waking hours. It is true, I am in love with silence most of my waking hours. It sits with me, conveys feelings, boost mood, boost mood, calm emotions, reduces stress, calm emotions. I cherish always, spend time in green spaces to concentrate everything on mind. I cherish always, spend time in green spaces to concentrate everything on mind. As silence enhances creativity, self-control, self-awareness in noisy, polluted world. As silence enhances creativity, self-control, self-awareness in noisy, polluted world. Love someone in silence. Silence is not sign of weakness, it is strength. Love someone in silence. Silence is not sign of weakness, it is strength. Embrace power of silence. There is no rejection. Enhance inner peace and mental health. Embrace power of silence. There is no rejection. Enhance inner peace and mental health. Secretly, I treasure belief that silence is therapeutic. Lower stress to live longer. Secretly, I treasure belief that silence is therapeutic. Lower stress to live longer. Strive for success. protects from negative thoughts, decreases anxiety, loneliness, depression, anger. Strive for success, protects from negative thoughts, decreases anxiety, loneliness, depression, anger. Now my recitation is completed. Thank you all for your patience hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. Silence is gold. Yes, exactly, ma'am. Silence is gold, and silence is very powerful weapon to deal with everything. So
Thank
it's
you.
not a weakness, it's a strength, a weapon, I would say. Thank you for coming out and sharing your. That was Dr. Ganga Patnaik. Please give a round of applause. Please welcome Dr. Ms. Prabha Shastri Joshi.
Ready,
everybody.
पढ़ेगी
चित्तं तथा वाचः यथा वाचस्तदा क्रियाः चित्ते वाचि क्रियायां च साधूनामेक రూపత. అంటే మన మాటల్లాగానే పనులు, మనస్సు మరియు మాటలు, చేతలతో సజ్జనులు ఎల్లప్పుడూ ఒకే రీతిగా ఉంటారు. ఇట్ మీన్స్ గుడ్ పీపుల్ నాట్ చేంజ్ ఎనీ words. They will stay what they say, and that they will stand. That is the meaning of that poem, Sanskrit poem. Now I will read one about health. Arogyam Mahabhagyam. Arogyam Mahabhagyam. నువ్వు సంతోషంగా బ్రతకాలంటే నీ దేహం మంచి చెడు ఆలోచించు. రోజు చక్కగా చల్లగా తెల్లవారాలంటే నువ్వు బుద్ధిగా పెద్దల మాటలు సద్ది అన్నం మూటలని ఆచరించు. ఫ్రీగా ఆహారం దొరికిందని బకాసురుడిలా తినకు. పొట్ట నింపి భారమైనదని సుఖంగా చెయ్యనించకు. అప్పుడు శవాసనమునకు సిద్ధమవుతావు. వెర్రిమెర్రి షోకులు, పార్టీలు, కాముకుడిరై వదలని అంటు రోగాలు, రోగిష్టిగా మారకు. ఆకుకూరలు, పళ్ళు తినడం నేర్చుకో. ఆది మానవుడిలా రోగం రొచ్చు లేక శక్తి కూర్చుకో. రమ్, జిన్, బ్రాందీ, కళ్ళు అంటూ పానకాల స్వామివై జీర్ణ కోసం కాలేయం, మూత్రాశయం బాధలు కోరుకోకు. జీవించినంత కాలం చిరునవ్వులతో ముందుకు సాగు. హోటలు, రోడ్డు వీధి ఫాస్ట్ ఫుడ్ అని ఎసిడిటీతో సావకు. అమ్మ వండిన నవరత్నాల పోషకాహారం తిను. బుద్ధిమంతుడిలా వాక్కు యోగా చేస్తూ నవ్వుతూ నవ్విస్తూ 100 ఏళ్ళు ఆయుష్ పోసుకో. చుట్టుపక్కల చెట్టు చేమ పెంచి పరిశుభ్రత పాటించు. మలయ మారుతంలా ఆక్సిజన్ గాలి పీల్చి సుఖంగా బ్రతుకు. కొల్లలుగా పెరుగుతున్న ఆసుపత్రి పెంపకాలకు అడ్డుపడు. సామాజిక, భౌతిక, మానసిక బలం, ఆనందాలు పెంచుకో. అడ్డదిడ్డమైన మందు, మాకు, మృంగి మరణం పొందకు. అడ్డదిడ్డమైన మందు మాకు మృంగి మరణం పొందకు. ఆకలేస్తే తిను, లేనప్పుడు ఉపవాసం చెయ్యి. బలసిన డబ్బు హోదా నీకుంటే బీదోడికి దానం చెయ్యి. బలిసిన డబ్బు హోదా నీకుంటే బీదోడికి దానం చెయ్యి. కనీసం పుణ్యం నీ జీవిత ఖాతాలో జప్తు చేసుకో. ఆహో ఓహో అని అందరూ పొగిడేలా జీవించు. ఆహా ఓహో అని అందరూ పొగిడేలాగా జీవించు. నమస్తే టు ఎవ్రీబడి. Prasanna, I finished my...
Excellent. That was keeping oneself, how important it is to keep oneself in the habit of good habits, healthy habits, eating habits, not like binging on, everything she put it in, we cannot, literally translate it, but then yes, really so beautifully she said in Telugu. So that was Prabha Shastri Joshila. Ma'am, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Molly Joseph.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, dear presenter. After these wonderful presentations, I'm happy to join you with a small bit of mine. What a magnificent topic the May month was taking up. Because these are the days when mental illness, trauma, whatnot, is actually gnawing mankind. Especially in old age, Alzheimer's is a very common thing. And I am living with somebody very close to me, quite near me, handling it, and the people near struggling with it. And as I observed, in these cases, what really matters is your patient watching, listening, acceptance. On the other hand, some of the visitors who come to these people who are a bit disoriented, they come as if to test his memory, as if they are doing a big thing. Do you remember me? Or what is the name of your wife? How many children you have? And I find the distorted face struggling with cracking memories. That is the worst thing that you can do to an Alzheimer's patient. And once I saw at a moment when he got so distraught, like he was struggling hard to recollect, he got wild and angry with that fellow who was asking. No wonder, this is the kind of reality we are facing. So what is to be done with our attitude? That is, make them feel you're okay, man. I intervened and I said, it's okay, you don't remember. Even I don't remember certain things, names, faces and all. Who remembers? You're absolutely okay, you pat him. Then he's at ease. So here I picturize to you that kind of a scene. I watch, I listen. I watch, I listen. Here is your kin floundering on strange shores of memory, caught up in Alzheimer's grip that slowly settles in its entirety. I watch, I listen. Taking his food halfway, standing up, he asks, what am I to do next? Innocence turns the query in all earnestness. I coax him to sit and continue to eat. He munches. Thank God, he has not forgotten the eating act. The once upon a time banker, efficient to the core. My heart goes out to his wife, sitting near, always nodding, guiding his ways. The one, though weak with ailments, doting on him with love and care. I think of his children who flew from far to be with him to celebrate the wedding golden jubilee of their parents. So sad how compulsions of survival game keep them far with their hearts near, aching in love. Here is a mindscape, plain and blank, a distressed self, all scattered, restless, asking, what am I to do next? I watch, I listen, I hide my tears, patting him on back. You are okay now. Be happy. You are absolutely okay. Thank you. Thank you, dear.
That's the one statement we should always have this, patient listening, patient hearing, empathy and sympathy, and giving a support, giving a pat that you're always, well, and so very much, that's a practical viewpoint that you mentioned, ma'am. That is something we see around the people. They take the opportunity and they mock the weakness of the person without understanding the fact what he has been or she been and going through. This highlights the facts of people in general. So what we need is to have patience and patience and understanding and to learn the things. Awareness is always necessary to deal with this. So people particularly should be trained and given a little bit of awareness of these things. Thank you, ma'am. On that note, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was very powerful, and this is a real experience that she has shared.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, Malim. Please welcome Swarna Sunkara.
Hi everyone. So I wanted to read a poem today about defocusing from the mind and tuning into your heart, because that helps me with my struggles with mental health. So this poem is called Emotions, God's Gift Box. You are right about one thing. I am a little obtuse. I don't fit into all the neat little boxes. Even if things that seem certain, I'm never really sure. Things startle me often, even the really quiet things. For instance, I ponder about one thing, and then I become startled upon realizing I haven't pondered about something else as much as I thought. Yes, I'm always wondering about the oceans and skies, but sometimes I just want to shout, I don't know anything at all. As my curiosity dances and sways and plays with me, I wonder, maybe it isn't about knowing after all. Maybe it's just about feeling what you feel, and then feeling the next thing. That's all. Maybe God is in those feelings, waiting for you to wake up and realize that if you just felt your feelings, instead of pushing them away, you would feel God. And there would be no need to know if he exists or not, for you would know him undeniably inside your own heart. Thank
Exactly,
you.
exactly. Swarna says, you always try to bring out the essence of what you read out, and very powerful. This lyrics, the people get startled, and something. This, you have a special significance, special occupants in of your poems, poetry, especially I like things. Please give a shout out for Swarna. Brilliant.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Prasanna.
Now, please welcome the charming Michael, Michael Anthony Ingram.
All right. Thank you, my friend. Excuse me. This is a wonderful program. I commend all of you for tackling this topic. People don't want to talk about mental illness. There's a huge stigma around it. I know here in the United States there's a huge stigma. I live in Washington, D.C., so people are constantly attempting to understand what to do in terms of assisting individuals. I found a statement that half of the global population will experience mental illness. Mental illness issues are widespread, in every community, in every country, on every continent. 1 in 4 people will be afflicted by mental illness at some point in their lives, with women more likely than men to be diagnosed. And that's something to think about. What I've attempted to do, because I lived with mental illness, depression, anxiety, PTSD, childhood trauma, you name it, that is, I've attempted to find a way that I could examine mental illness from a different perspective, a perspective that reframes it from something negative, something palatable to the system. So I've been reading existential philosophy, existential thought, looking at work by Kierkegaard and Nietzsche and Albert Camus. So this piece is based on Albert Camus' work, Myth of Sisyphus. Now, Sisyphus is a Greek character, and it's a negative. When you think of Sisyphus as someone who lied to the gods, I'm going to turn it around and reframe that. That's his task of rolling that boulder up a hill every day. That there's always something to think about in terms of possible resilience, that despite the boulders, we may roll up a hill every day due to living with mental illness. The resilience allows us to do it. So this is Albert and Sisyphus. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. In his essay, he wrote that you defied the gods. And consequently, you were condemned to strain for eternity. Your eternal millstone would be to roll a massive boulder hill and repeatedly watch it roll down again. I wholeheartedly agree with his assessment of your mythological task. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. His reflections on the absurdity of life made me think about the futility of my own existence, the unceasing struggle to differentiate the real from the strange. Sometimes my views are so blurred that I go increasingly perplexed, finding the difference between painted stones and flowers. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. It's truth so stark. The cosmos cares not for our existential dust. Cry for reason, for meaning's reverence, to receive only unreasonable silence in return. So I cannot help but wonder if, like you, Sisyphus, I too will roll a massive boulder if I feel forever. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. No, I've done nothing wrong. Like you, Sisyphus, I have not revealed juicy secrets, nor have I been cruel to humanity. My crime is that I wear a mask to hide my real self. Invisible yet visible, I dart through streets, conversations, and love relations so that no one will find out that I live with a mind that does not love you. The chatter in my head is not gentle like that of a small baby. It does not exude warmth. It does not do the body good like milk erroneously supposed to do. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. Troubled mind is the boulder that I repeatedly roll up the hill. Every day, I push it up to the top of my mind's mountain, only to watch it depressingly crash again before midnight. Never ending, never ceasing chaos, by the light, triggered by the world. I read the words of Albert Camus last night, so I donned the masquerade smile at each and gone, and absurd Sisyphean drama lived on and on. Pushing, planting, lunging that mind boulder mass higher and higher. I read the words of from last night. Then I awoke to suburban silence, a family to greet, an office, clients, friends, loved ones, emails, smiles all around, while inwardly my mind was an anxiety-stricken battlefield. But amidst this struggle, I find a sliver of light, a reason to keep pushing, to continue to fight. In the absurdity, there's a strength to gain, a resilience, my very purpose for living, a reason to remain. Thank you.
That was brilliant, Michael, as always. It is very hard subject to discuss, but yes, you come up there, share your love and your thoughts. That is very much important. Brilliant, brilliant presentation. I love your performance. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Well, please welcome Meena Chauhan.
Good evening, Prasanna, और all my dear poet. और आज मैंने कोई पोएट्री पोएम लिखा नहीं है, बस आज मैं थोड़ा सा बच्चों के बारे में बोलूंगी जो 9th 10th 11th के बच्चे हैं. They also have depression, anger and बहुत सारी चीजें वो लेके चलते हैं. तो बच्चों के साथ हमें कैसे डील करना है, उनको किस तरह से हम उनके एंजाइटी को कम कर सकते हैं. एक तो पहली बात है कि मैं सोचती हूँ कि हमारी फैमिली ही है एक काउंसलिंग सेंटर, जहाँ की हम अपने बच्चों को काउंसलिंग कर सकते हैं. उनको बाहर भेजने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. अगर फादर ने डांट लगाई कि भाई तुम पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे हो और तुम्हारा मन नहीं लग रहा है, ऑल द टाइम यू प्लेइंग और नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग, तो माँ का रोल है कि वो उससे एक बार अलग ले जाके समझाए कि नहीं, तुम्हारे लिए ही कहा जा रहा है कि यू शुड स्टडी. एंड देन 9th 10th 11th के बच्चों के साथ बहुत प्रॉब्लम है आजकल, और उनको हम समझा सकते हैं. और अगर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स साथ रह रहे हैं तो दे ऑल्सो अलग ले जाकर उनको बताओ कि बेटा आपके फादर या मदर जो कह रहे हो आपकी भलाई के लिए कह रहे हैं. समटाइम मेरे ख्याल से मुझे तो लगता है कि हमारी फैमिली है एक बहुत बड़ी काउंसलिंग सेंटर, जहाँ के हम अपने बच्चों को अगर ध्यान रख के उनको संभाला जाए तो ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. दूसरी बात है कि पेरेंट्स में दोनों ही अगर स्ट्रिक्ट हैं तब भी बच्चों में बहुत ज्यादा एंजाइटी और डर कि वो किससे जाके अपनी बात कहें. जाके बाहर फिर वो फ्रेंड्स से बोलते हैं कि मेरे मम्मी ने ऐसे बोला, डैडी ने बोला, मेरे को कोई समझता नहीं. तो इन चीजों में हमें ये देखना है कि एक ने डांट लगाई, सपोज मदर स्ट्रिक्ट है तो फादर को थोड़ा रोल पीछे करके अपने बच्चे के मन की बात को जानना बहुत जरूरी है. थर्ड, कि बच्चों में हम कंपेयर ना करें. अरे देखा उसने तो ये किया, तुम ये नहीं कर रहे हो, यू आर यूजलेस, यू आर नॉट डूइंग. इन सब चीजों को लेके बच्चे जब चलते हैं तो उनके अंदर एंजाइटी बहुत होती है, हेटनेस भी हो जाता है, अपने पेरेंट्स को लाइक भी नहीं करते वो. और ये मेंटल हेल्थ धीरे धीरे 4 साल में वो जब युवा हो जाते हैं, कहीं बाहर जाते हैं, तो ज्यादा उनके अंदर वो भर जाता है कि अरे ऐसे उन्होंने बोला था, अब तो मैं बाहर रहूंगा घर से, अब क्या कर लेंगे, लाइक दैट. तो ये 4 साल हमें लगता है अपने बच्चों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए. डोंट कंपेयर एनीबॉडी एल्स कि वो ये कर रहा है तुम नहीं कर रहे हो. और थोड़ा तो उनके साथ गाइडेंस हमें देना ही है, हर वक्त गाइड करना पड़ेगा, बहुत ज्यादा ना घुसे, लेकिन हाँ वी शुड लुक आफ्टर देम. फैमिली में सब मिल के करें, उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट देखा जाए. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हम मिडिल क्लास फैमिली है और स्कूल में बहुत हायर बच्चे अच्छे फैमिली के हैं, उनसे वो कंपेयर करना शुरू कर देते हैं। फिर उनके अंदर वो हीन भावना और ये सब चीजें आती हैं। उनको कंट्रोल करने के लिए हमें समझाना पड़ता है कि भाई चलो कोई नहीं, दे हैव मनी तो वो ऐसा कर रहे हैं, बट हमारी प्रायोरिटी ये है कि पहले तुम पढ़ाई करो, आफ्टर दैट यू कैन डू ऑल दिस। तो इस तरह से हम अपने बच्चों को, उनके मेंटल हेल्थ को हम संभाल सकते हैं। अगर हमने 9 से 12 तक संभाल लिया, देन यूथ जब हो जाएंगे, वो इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज, मेडिकल कॉलेज कहीं जाएंगे, तो एक उनका एक बेस बन जाता है। और फिर हमें ये नहीं कहना पड़ता कि अरे इसका तो दिमाग बहुत खराब है, इसको मेंटल हेल्थ की जरूरत है और काउंसलिंग के पास लेके जाओ। नहीं, मेरे ख्याल से काउंसलर जो है हमारा परिवार है। एक ने डांटा, दूसरे ने संभाला, एक ने प्यार किया कि चलो चलो मैं तुम्हें घुमा के लाता हूँ, लाइक दैट। एक पूरी फैमिली, एक्चुअली वी हैव छोटी फैमिली है, हस्बैंड वाइफ है, दोनों वर्किंग है, तो पॉसिबल नहीं है, लेकिन पॉसिबल करना पड़ेगा 4 साल, बिकॉज फिर आगे जाके एक अच्छा यूथ तैयार होगा, उनके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस होगा, एंजाइटी कम होगी और अवेयरनेस होगा, फिर वो दूसरों को हेल्प कर सकते हैं। तो अगर हम फैमिली में इस तरह से थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखें बच्चों का, तो ये बच्चे आगे बहुत अच्छा कर से और मेंटल हेल्थ से दूर रहेंगे, गलत चीज नहीं करेंगे। ये तो है एक छोटी सी बात, बट इससे ज्यादा भी, इतना करने के बाद भी कुछ बच्चों के साथ प्रॉब्लम होती है, तो उसको इस तरह से संभाला जा सकता है। बस छोटे
Thank you.
से
Thank you. No, that's very important. That's the very key factor. In fact, I would say, before hitting to the onto the roads or hitting to the, I mean, like with the counselors or whatever, family is the one which is first comes as a teacher, and I mean the relations like papa, mommy, and everyone at home. If they are there to understand them, to counsel them, teach them, and make them learn, make them understand, and things go easy. And they may not. So that is this is a very important factor in the childhood is crumbling down. So it's like, so many of the issues are cropping up. So this is very important, and the foundation lies in the family itself. So kids are to be treated well. And parents themselves have to understand the importance of how to raise the children. They themselves learn. I mean, like, yeah. So that's very well said, very, very valid point that you put out regarding the mental health and these things. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That was Meena Chauhan shared her view on the children, from 9 to 11, the 12th standard. So how to cope up these things and come out. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Next up is Alexandra Psaropoulou. Alexandra, unmute your mic.
I have a poem concerning mental health. Line 6. Golden cords connecting us, golden cords surrounding us, like the sparkling sunlight on the blue sea, like the sparkling sun waves on the sea sand. Divine help, divine forces flowing in. Our vibrations riding over the waves of life, bravely crossing all barriers, singing a magnetizing melody on a hypnotizing journey, turning the dark into light, turning the wrong into right, knowing we can be free, knowing we are free, free from all negative energy, free from all negative experiences. Golden cords connecting us, golden cords guiding us, like glowing strands intertwining along our paths, like glowing strands showing us our paths. Divine help, divine forces flowing in, our vibrations, our energies whirling, twirling, wings of the universe dancing freely between us. forming our world, forming the world around us, turning the dark into light, turning the imbalanced into balanced, knowing we can be free, knowing we are free, free from all lower sexual desires, free from all lower sexual encounters, golden cords connecting us, golden cords attaching us, like two radiant flames dancing together, like two radiant soul flames flying together, divine help, divine forces flowing in, our vibrations allowing us free to choose our own experiences, our own perceptions, allowing us free to move on, leaving old energies behind, trusting that everything will be renewed, trusting that everything is being renewed, turning the dark into light, turning the non-understandable into understandable, knowing we can be free, knowing we are free, free from all detrimental patterns, free from all detrimental beliefs, golden cords connecting us, golden cords nurturing us, like a family wonderfully bonding, like butterflies fluttering in spring, divine help, divine forces flowing in, our highest vibrations, our highest energies, whirling, twirling, drifting freely on the currents of the universe, transforming our world, transforming the world around us, turning the dark into light, turning the non-believing into believing, knowing we can be free, knowing we are free, free from all worry and struggle, free from all misconception and doubt, golden cords connecting us, golden cords uniting us, like the sacred heart flame, like the sacred soul flame, divine help, divine forces flowing in, our vibration strong and tender, taking us up our sweet magical worlds, strong and tender, taking us up our sweet blessed worlds, knowing that our visions will come true, knowing that our visions are coming true, turning the dark into light, turning the unhealthy into healthy, knowing we can be healed, knowing we are healed, healed from all bitterness and pain, healed from all hopelessness and regret. Only golden cords connecting us, only golden cords inspiring us, expecting magic, expecting blessings, expecting flying. Thank you.
Well, as always, you take us to the, different realms. I mean, how could I expect to summarize this stuff? But it's brilliant as always. I mean, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Harpreet.
Are you calling my name, please? Because it is a kind of echo here. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
One second, my screen is gone. I don't know what happened. Give me a sec, please. Yeah, can you see me and hear me? Because some echo was there, so I was a bit confused.
Yeah. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just now, when I was listening to the poem, Alexandra, am I right? This poem was recited by whom? The previous poem?
Alexandra Psaropoulou.
Alexandra, you are right. We all are connected by a golden cord or a, pink light with each other. That is very true because I am also working on spirituality and try to understand how we all are connected with each other in the universe or in the nature with each and everybody, whether it is a human being or animal or any living or non-living being, we all are connected. So it is a beautiful poem which really touched my heart. So let's come to the topic of mental health. I am really amazed that now people are getting aware of mental health. But trust me, when we talk about it and when we talk about the understanding about the mental health, but living in that health is altogether a different story. When you are meeting somebody for a couple of minutes or hours or maybe some days in a week or maybe months, you can say we should be very understanding. But what understanding do we have about the person who is living with that person? It is very, very difficult to understand the life, the trauma, and the way the other people are being treated by that person. It's really tough. Seeing is believing. You cannot even imagine that. So I have written a poem on that. I have written actually many poems on the same subject, but I would like to speak a positive one today, though there are the sad poems also. Last minute, I changed the poem because I think this is more appropriate, which I'm going to recite now. And 4 lines I have written now while I was listening to you all. So my poem is The Magic Within. We all have a magic within. You have to believe that. Your hate cannot kill my soul. Your hate cannot kill my soul. It is making me strong, eating my tears of ember. I'm stronger than ever. Every time you hate me, another feather grows, increasing my power. I'm the phoenix. I'm the phoenix caged in a golden cage, feeding on the pearls of my tears and the magic of my dreams, breathing the fire of my love and shedding the tears of ember, rising from my ashes, piece by piece. Please note down this word, piece by piece. Every time there is a new version of my own, your hate and your silence cannot kill me or destroy my love. And it has grown from my existence. And it has grown from my existence, my tears and my fears. I will rise again and again from my ashes, piece by piece. Fierce, powerful, and stunning magic. Many cannot see its beaming sheerness. Lustrous love is the seed of my heart. Lustrous love is the seed of my heart. Like Krishna's heart, my heart is still beating with rays of hope, restoring my faith, rising again from my ashes, piece by piece. And while listening to all, I have added 4 lines to this existing poem, which I have written long time back. Broken by your loved one, broken by your loved ones, you cannot be same again. You can become a beautiful mosaic, but you cannot be whole again. With that, I'm done. You are mute, Prasanna, Mr. Prasanna. You are mute.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
No problem, no problem.
That's as I was saying that when the person was dealing with had already had gone through these
Yes.
issues, like Swarna and you, Harpreet ma'am, they they try to portray. I mean, like they really. I mean, what is there within that's come naturally comes out. They rise and rise like a phoenix, and whatever they spell out or utter out, it's truly very strong enough and touches our cause. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Harpreet ma'am, and thank you, Swarna. Please keep smiling as always. I see you sipping some juice and I could
Thank
relate.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Please,
everyone.
thank you, ma'am. Please welcome Maria.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Happy to be again with you on this topic, mental health. Mental health is a serious disease. Not all are able to get help for a good treatment on mental health, especially those with low income. They have difficult to get treatment, and they have absence of a professional to take care of them, because the treatment is very expensive and they can't afford to get treatment with the money they have for the place they live. There's no support. And among mental health diseases, depression is a common one and a serious disorder that affects a great number of people. I have a poem about mental health. The title of the poem is "Depression Can Affect Anyone." Once in a while, she's feeling down. It lasts a few days, and her sadness keeps returning. Her mood worries those around her, and they think professional assistance is needed. How come a girl sweet and tender plunge into emptiness? It's very serious if it goes deeper. Hopelessness, a step to worthless ideas. Once I knew a girl who took her own life. Oh, don't say that. Life is a gift of God. He loves his sons, and best wishes to all of them. You should observe those you love much and pay attention to the following symptoms. If they are not sleeping well, feelings of worthless, more or less appetite, difficulty in concentration, thoughts of death and or suicide. Don't wait a minute if a person is getting the help. She needs medical care. The earlier the diagnosis and treatment start, the better to the person who is suffering from depression. Depression is more common in women than men, but both of them can suffer from disease. Depression disease can affect anyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Really, and that is, yeah, professional help is very much important without wasting much of your the time. So please welcome that. Please give a round of applause to Maria. Please welcome Shobha Deshpande.
नमस्कार, वनक्कम। एक मिनट, अभी है। हमने अभी लिखा था कि हम एक लड़के के बारे में लिखे थे कि उस लड़के का मतलब, मैं जब ट्यूशंस पढ़ाती थी, एक लड़का आता था मेरे पास, उसके हाथ ऐसे रहते थे और मेंटली उन्हें कुछ प्रॉब्लम था उसको। तो हमने उसको बहुत समझाते थे कि ऐसा नहीं बेटा। उसके मदर भी टीचर थे और उन्हें संभालना उनको बहुत कठिन रहता था। और उनको 3 लड़के रहते थे, 2 लड़के अच्छे थे, एक लड़का थोड़ा अलग किस्म का था। और हम उसको प्रेरणा देकर, अभी नहीं 10 years बैक, उसको प्रेरणा देकर उसको उसके मनस्थिति को चेंज करते थे। उसको हेडमास्टर बोलते थे। हमारे ट्यूशन में बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स आते थे, लेकिन हम ट्यूशन में उसको हेडमास्टर, आप काम करो, अच्छे ढंग से रहो। ऐसा समर में भी मेरे मदर के पास आकर उन्होंने नहीं मेरे को ट्यूशन पढ़ाओ, बोलो ना मैडम से, मैडम मेरे से बात नहीं कर रहे, ऐसा बोलता था उन्होंने। तो उसके बारे में लिखी थी मैं। उसको एंकरेज करती थी, बोले ऐसा उसको एंकरेज करने से, अरे तू दुखी है बोले तो और उन्होंने डिप्रेशन में चले जाता था। वैसे लोगों को एंकरेज करने के लिए उसको मास्टर कहती थी, हेड मास्टर। मास्टर, ओ मास्टर जी, मास्टर जी आपको, मास्टर जी आपको ही उपस्थिति लेना है, मास्टर जी आपको ही अटेंडेंस लेना है। हंसते गसते हुए आपको आगे बढ़ना है जी, हंसते गाते हुए आपको आगे बढ़ना है जी, मास्टर जी, ओ मास्टर जी। पढ़ाई कर अंक प्राप्त करना है जी, पढ़ाई कर अंक प्राप्त करना है जी, कलम को हाथ में पकड़ने से हाथ खुल जाएगा जी। उसके उंगलियां ऐसे रहते थे। कलम को हाथ पकड़ने में हाथ खुल जाएगा जी, बात करने से मुखमंडल सुंदर हो जाएगा जी, बात करने से मुखमंडल सुंदर हो जाएगा जी। मेहनत इच्छा करने से सफलता प्राप्त होती है, मेहनत इच्छा करने से सफलता प्राप्त होती है। मास्टर जी, ओ मास्टर जी, मास्टर जी, प्यारे मास्टर जी। उसका नाम था महेंद्र। महेंद्र हमें आशा के साथ जीना है, महेंद्र हमें आशा के साथ जीना है, सब में ध्रुव तारा बनना है, आपको ध्रुव तारा बनना है, परिंदे के समान आकाश में उड़ना है, परिंदे के समान आकाश में उड़ना है, सभी को आपको प्रेरणा देना है, सभी को आप प्रेरणा देना है। महेंद्र, मास्टर जी, मास्टर जी आपको ही सबको उपस्थित लेनी है, आपको ही प्यारे प्यारे बात करना है। उसको एंकरेज करते हुए उनके उंगलियां ऐसे थे और उन्होंने मेंटली था, हमारी प्रेरणा से उन्होंने उसके उंगलियां सीधा हो गए। बहुत अच्छा है वो लड़का, अभी नहीं है, मतलब बड़ा हो गया था, अभी मैं समझती 40 years ऐसा हो गया था, लेकिन उसका तबीयत बहुत अच्छा सुधर गई। यानी इंसान की प्रेरणा से कुछ भी हो सकता है, डॉक्टर से भी हम प्यार से बात करने से कुछ भी हो सकता है। धन्यवाद।
Exactly, ma'am. That's the way, that the initiate and the intervention, understanding and taking a time out to understand and, making them comfort. Something that is very much like patience. Patience is very much required, and
Yes.
that's how one can get relieved of. And that's inspirational. In fact, I would say thank you, ma'am. Beautiful, beautiful inspiration.
Thank you very much.
That was Shobha Deshpande.
Thank you.
Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Shyamaprasad Patnaik.
Good evening, dear friends. Thank you, Prasanna ji, for inviting me to this beautiful recitation. This is the concluding week of the Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm going to recite my poem. The title of my poem is loneliness or isolation, a mental illness. Several factors contribute to isolation, loneliness leading to mental illness. But in reality, it's not an epidemic, but a psychological phenomenon. Loneliness and isolation adversely affects brain cells, jeopardize mental health. Chances of schizophrenia, fear psychosis, mental phobias, depression, and suicidal tendency develops. It is found mostly in adulthood and old age, but children are no exception. Loneliness or solitude is a serious problem, which senior citizens need quick redress. In post-retirement period, people get bored without any specific engagement. In this context, social media plays most vital role to spreading awareness how to deal with this ethnic crisis. Yes. What happened? Any problem? To keep us busy in various online activities and events, utilize effectively
Sir, unmute your.
meditation, yoga, and library visit enhance wisdom, consoles turbulent brain. Solitude and tranquility are quite essential for poets, writers, painters, and other creative arts. Organizing seminars, symposiums, free online medical counseling, and other live events yields profound mental peace. Objectives of geriatric recreation centers should be to provide ample guidance on nourishing mental health. AI, that is artificial intelligence, computers should be used to minimum extent. Increase personal contacts with loved ones to wipe out loneliness. And that is the end of my recitation. Thank you for watching this.
Again, a valuable suggestions that you made it in your through your poems, sir. They're beautiful, and hope someone would make use of these things and get rid of these issues. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shyamaprasad, sir. Thank you. Please welcome Sabita Sahu. Sabita.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience. I was in another meeting. So thank you for allowing me to join this meet. And namaskar to one and all. So let's start my poem, sir. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
The title of my poem is The title of my poem is The Fly Past Try to Reach Everest. I never tried to reach Everest. Why take so much pain, training and all, stretching your nerves to reach the peak? I fly on my own wings, touch the peak with a V sign, victory sign, written to my nest. I see colored pictures, bright, beautiful than what you see around, up or down, the zenith or nadir, the mountain top or the hellhole, the cradle cries or crematory fire. The camera lens captures the extra real, the multicolored dome remains forever elegant. I have watched the peaks. I have watched the peak. I have walked the tunnel, waited for rescue when the earthquake blocked both ends. I have seen them all. I have seen them all. I have kissed them all, smelled and licked them all. My gallery is full. My gallery is full. My reckoning closed. I have laid my throne on the mountain top. I have laid my throne on the mountain top. Thank you very much.
That's resilience and empowering. In fact, brilliant, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very motivating, I would say, motivating in one word. Very much, and very relevant to the subject that we are talking about. Okay, that's all, my dear friends. For today, I think we got to have finished our readings, and hopefully, some of them have reached out, and some people could make use of this, the suggestion that you put in through your poetic forms or whatever it is, inputs. Hopefully, with a new subject, or maybe with a new topic, or with a few things, free recital, we'll try to come in the next week. Until then, see you next. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye
Prashant.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
नमस्कार,
everyone.
थैंक यू, गुड नाइट।
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
बहुत जल्दी हो गया आज।
Internet issue, because I'm dealing with two devices. That is why it is not happening. So
थैंक यू प्रसन्ना जी।
Thank
thank you.
गुड नाइट।
Okay, good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you,
Good night.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.